African instrument. When Africans were brought over, they saw gourds growing in the fields, and they knew they had made instruments out of gourds. So what I do is cut the top off of the gourds. There's nothing inside of a gourd except dried up material and seeds. So after I clean that all out, I take a piece of goat skin and I get it wet and I put it over the top of that gourd and just start tacking it down, Go all the way around until I have it completely tacked down. And while it's still wet, well, then I set it out in the sun, and as it dries, that goat skin shrinks and it gets tight. So you have a drum. Probably the first instrument that mankind made was a drum. And they got so sick and tired of listening to a drum play, someone picked up a stick and threw it. Now, I don't know whether this is historical fact or not, but it seems reasonable to me. I threw that stick at the drum and it went through it. Came out the other side, and they looked at it and they said, well, I bet I could do something with that. So by adding a string, and a lot of people say, well, what did they make string out of? Because you couldn't go to Walmart and buy them. So they tried horsehair and they tried vines, but nothing would hold up. So finally someone came up with the idea that they could take the intestines out of a sheep or a cow, and they could make strings out of it. So with a gourd, with a goat skin, with a piece of wood that's been modified from the original stick, they had a banjo. Well, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee, going to Louisiana for my true love for to see. Rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry. Sun so hot up close to West Louisiana, don't you cry. Oh, Louisiana, don't you cry for me. Come from Alabama with the banjo on my knee. So that's the story of the banjo slaves when they were brought over. And I was saying, well, now how did they go about carving a neck? Because they wasn't allowed to have any kind of tools, anything like that. But I just happened to break a piece of glass and I reached down to pick it up and I cut my finger on it. You know, I always do that. Man, that's sharp. So that was an old hummingbird feeder. But what you can do with a piece of glass is amazing. You can actually carve with a piece of glass. And to think that music so much that you would sit for months using a broken piece of glass, carving out a neck, just so you could have music. So, and I found that, of course, they wouldn't have all that intricate design on it because that doesn't help the playability of the instrument. But to have that desire for music, that they would kill a goat, grow a gourd, hit the strings, carve a neck, just so it could sit plump, plump, plump on a banjo.